Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll be learning about looping statements now. One is while loop, we'll be studying about, then the other is for loop. Then we'll go to Python functions. Okay, when we'll see how to create a function, how to call a function. Okay, we'll see all that. Now, in the looping statements, as I mentioned, there are two types. One case, the set of instructions will execute even if the condition is false. Okay. But in some of the looping statements, only if the condition is true, then only the set of instructions will execute. Okay, now one such example is while loop. In the while loop, if the condition is true, only then all the set of instructions under while loop will be executed. Okay, now in the red font, you can see that this is the example I've given. I am going to iterate this I value. Okay, 6 times. No, less than 6 times. That is 5 times. Okay. According to this, what I want to print is, I know that I value starts from 1. Okay. I want the value of I to be printed from 1 till 5. Because in the condition, I should be less than 6. It is not less than or equals to. Okay. I should be less than 6. Then I want, what I want the numbers to be printed is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, these numbers should be printed. All right. Now, in the print, I have given I. All right. And here, after printing, I is iterated. Okay, for example, we are passing the value 1. Okay, that is, we'll check the condition now. 1 is less than 6. Okay, condition is satisfied. We'll go to printing I. Now, inside the printing, what is the I value? 1, right? So, 1 will be printed on the screen first. Okay. Then, look at the last statement. I plus equals to 1. It means that I plus 1 value is being created. Okay. Now, I value is 1 plus 1 is being added. So, what is the I value now? New value of I, that is 2. Isn't it? 2 is less than 6. Okay, again it is condition is satisfied. Again it will go to the printing. 2 will be printed again. Okay, again the iteration will take place. 2 plus 1. Now the new value of I will be 3. Okay, again the same steps will be followed until, suppose now the final value is 6. Okay, we'll check for condition now. Now I is less than 6. No, it is equals to 6, right? Because 6 is not less than 6. Okay. So these conditions, these statements, that is print and iteration, will not be followed. Okay, they will not be executed and the code will be stopped over there. Okay, the execution will be stopped. Now, we'll go to an online compiler for Python and we'll run this code. Okay, I'll shift my screens. Yeah. Now, as you can see, I've copied the code from my presentation and I've pasted over here. Careful with the indentation, okay? Indentation is very important in Python, okay? If the I is placed here, somewhere, if the I is placed back or in the front of the print, the answer will not be shown. Okay, careful with the indentation. Now, I'll run it for you guys. See, right? I told you 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 will be displayed, but not 6 because there the condition is not satisfied and we will come out of the while loop. Okay, clear? Anybody has any doubts with the while loop? If there is any doubt, please let me know. Okay? Please let me know in the chat box or you can unmute yourself and let me know. All right, look at the code once. Very simple. We are specifying the value of I, then we are putting it into while, then printing it, and we are incrementing the value of I. Then the I value will be changed. Okay, we'll follow the same step unless our condition is not satisfied. Okay, I hope there is no doubt. I'll move to the for loop. Okay, now here, for loop is used to print the same thing again and again. Okay, suppose I want to print A, letter A 5 times. Then I have to mention it in the for loop. Okay. Now there is an example over here. I'll quickly copy it and I'll run it over in the online Python compiler for you guys to know. Okay. Now, I'll run it. Okay. Yes. Okay, clear? Here a list is given, array elements, okay, for X in fruits. Okay, then print. See, now you can see that in the first line, we are not going to iterate anything, right? We're not printing the same thing again and again. What I want to do is, I want this list that is present in the form of list, banana, apple and cherry, I want it to be printed one below the other. Okay. So I am using X. For X in fruits, print X. Okay. Now X here is any variable. Instead of X, you can also take A. You can also take B. It will show the same result. It is just a variable. Okay. In the output, double quotes is not shown. Comma is not shown. That is because we are using for loop. And we are saying that we need it to be printed in the list format, one below the other. Okay. Now we'll go to the second example here. Okay. Now I have copied and pasted it over here. Now I'll run it. Now what I want the output of this example is, I want B to be displayed in one line. I want A to be displayed in another line. N to be displayed in the next line. Okay. For that, I'm going to make use of the for loop. For a variable in banana, I want each letter to be displayed in single lines, one below the other. Okay, I'll run it for you guys. See, I told you, right? B in one line, below that A in another line. Okay, this is how we are going to use the for loop over here. Okay, any doubts? Any doubts in this? Any doubts with both the examples of for loop? If there is any doubts, please let me know in the chat box. Okay. Clear everyone? While loop and for loop. Okay? Both. We are done with the looping statements now. I'll go to Python functions now. Okay. Now see, you need to know what a function is. Okay. A function is a part of a code. Okay. It can be called as block of code, or it is a part of code which only runs when it is called. Okay. You have to pass the data into the function. Okay. Then you have to define a function first of all. You have to give a name to the function, and then you have to call that function in the code. Okay. Yes. Now you can see in this DEF. DEF is short for define. Okay. Define is nothing but creating. Okay. I am going to create a function. What is the name of the function? My function is the function that I'm creating. Okay. Using define. Okay. Inside the function, what I want to do, I want to print hello from a function. Okay. Now I have to use this in my code. Okay. Now calling a function. Define my function. Okay. This is how you're calling. How you're calling my function. Name of your function and the bracket is given. Okay. That is how you'll define it. Sorry. Call it. Okay. I'll just quickly copy the code and print it over there. I'll show it to you. Okay. Now you can see the screen, right? Now, if I run it, nothing will be displayed because this is just a function. Okay, I am defining a function. It will not run until I call it into a program. Okay, unless I call this function into my program, it will not run. But as you can see, we have 0 errors. Okay, then the way of defining this function is correct. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll call the function. Okay, I'll call it. See, you got the print right? The output is being displayed because I have called my function. Okay. Now, what is the difference between the functions used in other languages like C or Java you can take, and Python? The difference is very simple. Whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm coding in Python is only of 3 lines over here, right? To display whatever is in my function. If I want to use the same function in C language, I have to first of all create a function, okay? And I have to write a code, separate code, void main, int main, and inside that I have to write printf, scanf, okay? And inside that I have to call my function, okay? And then I have to close the void main function, a void main block, and out of that I have to write my function again and write in all the details that are a part of function. Okay, so the three-step equation is being converted into only two-step equation, right? This does what? This saves our time. This does not take up space. Okay, so these are the benefits of using Python over other languages. Okay, clear? We can run again. See, it is being displayed on the right side in the output. Okay. Any doubts in this one? Please let me know if there is any doubts. No? Okay. Good. Yes. There is an example. We'll look at this example over here. Quickly copy this code. Let me move my screen. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. Now you can see that this is the code I have written. Okay. Now here in the first line, I am going to define my function. Okay. And I'm giving the name of my function as my function. Okay. And inside that, I have written f name. Now, what this f name is, it is simply a variable. Okay. Okay, this REF SNES is, it is some random name. Okay, instead of this, I can give ABC also. Okay, this is not important over here. You can give uh, ESC or whatever you can give. Okay, don't get confused with this one. I'll just randomly write something inside. Yeah. Okay. Something randomly. Okay. These don't have any specific meaning to them. What is the main logic of this example is that I am defining a function, and inside that I am giving a name or f name, or you can, instead of this, I'll take as n. So it'll be easier. Okay. N is better. Okay. Yeah. Now what I'm doing is, in the fourth line, as you can see, my function inside bracket, there is double quotes, right? And whatever is written inside the double quote will be taken as an input of n. Okay, this is the same as me writing n is equals to ESE. Okay, got it? Whatever I'm writing inside the brackets and inside the double quotes will be taken as the value of n. Because while defining my function, in the bracket I've given n. Okay, so whatever the values will give as a string, okay, will be considered as the value of n. Okay, I'll remove this. Understood this much? Yeah. And I'll give plus. Okay, now inside the print there is a bracket. There inside the bracket I have n. Okay, so wherever there is n, all these will be displayed. I have a plus mark. That is nothing but it is going to append this ABC at the end of ESE. Okay, I'll run it. See, it is like adding a surname to your name. Okay, like N is your name. Okay, if there are 3 people with the same surname, what you can do is simply N plus, and you can write what a surname can I take? Patil or whatever. Okay, surname you can add over there. And in my function, take 3 names for the same surname. In the displaying, you'll get name with same surnames. Okay. Just remember with this example. It is like a name and surname. Okay. Whatever is written inside the double quotes, remember, they don't have any specific keyword functions in the languages. Okay. Be it any language. If it is written inside the double quotes, it is nothing but random letters. Okay, it can be asking a question to the user. Okay, whatever should be displayed is written in the double quotes. Okay, they don't have any specific functions. Okay. Yeah. All right. Clear with this example? Any doubts, anyone? Please let me know if you guys have any doubts, okay? Okay, you guys are clear? Done. Now, examples, okay? Done with this one. Then we have arrays. Okay. See, array, you can say that array is a special variable which can hold more than one value at a time. Okay. Now, in the above example, in the cars example, you can see that there is only one user-defined variable, right? Cars. To this car, we are giving 3 inputs, isn't it? They are the company names, Ford, Volvo, and BMW. There is a single variable. To this, we are giving 3 inputs. So as its definition says, it is a special variable. Car is a special variable which contains 3 values at a time. Okay, 3 is more than 1. Okay, clear with arrays? Now, next what we're doing is simply saying print cars. It will print Ford, Volvo and BMW, one below the other. Okay, as we had seen in the first example, right? I'll go back to the compiler. I'll just paste it over here and run it. Oh, okay. This indentation. Yes. Okay. Clear, everyone? I told you this is array. Array is as equals to as creating a list. Okay, but what you have to be careful is in list, duplicate is allowed and unordered values are allowed. In this, it is not allowed. Okay, clear? If anybody has any doubts, please let me know in the array topic. I hope everyone is able to see the screen that I'm displaying. Yeah, it's displaying. Okay. See, now just compare this example with the first example. What is the one difference that you can see? There also I had given multiple values to the single variable, right? I'll go back to my example and I'll show you guys. Yeah. Now compare both these. The array list is the same. Okay. But instead of using for, we are directly printing it. Okay. So these are not being printed one below the other. Suppose I put this for inside this, it will show me the same result. Okay. I'll just copy it. Yeah. Now I have to change this. Okay. Yes. See, I told you, right? Only with the use of for loop, you can display it one below the other. Okay. Because we are going to save the values of cars inside another variable x. And we are going to print x. Okay. Before we were printing cars directly. That's why they were displayed in the list format. Okay. See the difference? Yeah, this is how you're going to compare each and every element in the language and learn about it thoroughly. Okay. Yes. Okay. Clear with this one? Next. We are done with this. Yeah. Now, I have another example over here, which involves usage of index number. Okay. You know that whatever input we are giving in any language, it should have an index value. Okay, whatever characters are there, and the index value starts with 0. Unless you specify that I want my index value to start with 1, always by default it starts with 0. Okay. So what I'm doing is, I'll run the code for you guys. Okay. It's taking a little time. Okay. Till it's loaded, I'll tell you. Now I want to tell my screen to display the first element of the array. Okay. So first element of the array has the index value of 0, isn't it? So what I'll do is, I'll tell x variable to go to 0th index, that is go to Ford and display Ford first. Okay. Now suppose I want to go to my second element, then the index value will be 1. So what I have to do is, inside this cars bracket, I have to simply cancel it and put 1. It will display Volvo. Okay. In such a manner, whichever index values I want to obtain, I have to specify inside the square bracket. Okay. It's taking time for loading. 1 second. Okay. Just look at the code once. Till then, I'll be trying it again. Yes. Okay. I hope everybody is able to see the screen. Okay, it is not being shared. 1 second. Yeah. Now you can see. Okay. I'll clear the output. Now, see here. I want my screen to display only the first value. That is the index value 0. Okay. So when I run this, only 4 will be displayed. Suppose I want it to be 1 now. And I'll run it. See, Volvo. With this, what you know is getting to a element is easier in array. Okay, you know the index value, you know where that particular element is present, right? Whenever you're coding something, you know where the values are present, right? So just go to that particular index number and type in print. The value will be printed. Okay. So searching for an element is easier in array. Okay. Careful with that. Right. And also be careful with the what type of brackets you're using. Here you're using square brackets. Okay. To make list, I told you while I was teaching list, we had to use the square brackets, right? And array is a type of list. Okay. Array list, isn't it? So you have to make use of square bracket. Also, while mentioning the index, you are using square bracket. Okay. If you use the circle brackets, normal brackets, you can say, you won't get the result. Okay. It will show you errors. So be careful with that. Okay. If I give 2, BMW will be displayed. Okay. I hope everyone is clear with this one. With this only, you can play a little. Okay. I can append another element. Okay. I can append another element. So obviously the index number 3 will be added to that element. Then I can display number 3. Okay. We can make it easy. We can make it interesting as we keep on learning. Okay. Make use of append and try it at home. Okay. It'll definitely be interesting for you guys. Okay. Now we'll wind up the class with last example. That is this one. See, now this function is to get the mean, variance, and deviation of the numbers. Okay. Now I'll copy this code and I'll go here to my page. Okay. Run it once and see. What we have to do is there is indentation error after I copy and paste things, right? So I have to correct it a little. Yeah. I hope it runs now. No, there's another valid syntax. Okay, should not be here. Oh. Once again, let me go back to the code quickly. Yeah, exactly. That's what the print statement was missing over there. That's why it was not running. Okay. Just I've added the print statement. Let me change my screen now. 1 second. It's taking a little bit of time. Yeah, I'll just let you know. The print statement was actually at the end, so it was not copied. Okay. Now you can see here I am not asking the users to give me input. Okay, that is the only difference. What you can do is just type in number is equals to int of input, enter the numbers. Okay, you can take it like that. Here in this example, what I'm taking is I'm directly giving the numbers and I'm asking them to give me the variance of this one. Okay. Now after this, I can simply write print and give me this deviation, DEVI. Okay. Deviation. Okay. It's not defined, I guess. Okay. We don't have a lot of time. Just have 1 minute left. Okay. Oh, yeah. We have not used this anywhere else, right? Yeah. I'm just typing it in.